It's Sunday morning, y'all. Uh, there's still flood warnings out for multiple locations, specifically rivers. For example, here in the Shoals, got the flood warning for the Tennessee River at Florence, and that covers much of Colburn and Lauderdale County, or counties rather. And the warning actually, it's not for the entire county. It's mainly. Let me see if I can turn the camera around so you can see what I'm talking about. Let's see. I don't know if I can. If it's gonna do it or not. Let's try it again. It looks like it wants to work. Nope, doesn't want to work. Well, I was trying. I, I'll just call out the locations that like I normally do, since switching the camera around doesn't want to work. But anyway, the flood warning basically, of course, it includes Florence and includes Tuscumbia and includes Sheffield. But not only does it not only includes Florence and Tuscumbia and Sheffield, but it also includes places like Waterloo and Cherokee and Marjoram. Basically, the perhaps the central and western and the northern parts of Colbert County and Lauderdale County also, from Florence, Sheffield, all the way to Cherokee and Marjoram and Waterloo. So if you live near the river, make sure you're being aware of it and be prepared to take action if something ends up being done as far as having to evacuate or something. And getting to higher ground also. The other flood warning is out. Excuse me. Also, the flood warning continues for the Paint Rock River near Woodville. That's up in parts of Jackson County. And the other flood warning is probably out for the Tennessee River out in Morgan County from Decatur or Hartselle. I mean, not Hartselle, but Decatur, Triana. Well, it includes from Decatur eastward towards Triana. If I even pronounced that right. Hopefully I did. And again, the Paint Rock River near Woodville. So that's basically the case right now. Let's see, I think that's about it. Yep, that's about it. Those, those are the main flood warnings that are still out. The Tennessee River at Florence, and Paint Rock River near Woodville. I think the other bridge I was talking about might have been the Whitesburg Bridge. I don't remember. If not, it might have just been the Tennessee River, perhaps even the Fleck River. I'm not sure. But that's probably what it was. You can correct me if I'm wrong. But the, but the bottom line is, if you live near those rivers, make sure you're paying attention. And if you start seeing signs of flooding, get out of that spot as soon as possible. Or get, don't risk don't risk your life trying to climb the flood water. And if you're driving across a road that's flooded, it's very simple. Turn around, don't drown. Don't try to drive or walk. If you're driving or walking, don't even attempt to try to walk or drive through a road that's flooded. I've seen a number of pictures of roads that have been washed out by the flooding in multiple locations in Alabama and even in Mississippi and even in Georgia and Tennessee. Just a number of places. I mean, it's serious business. But you don't know you don't know if that road's still there, or if it had gotten taken out, wiped out, or washed out. Excuse me. And you don't know what kind of debris or so is on the road. It could be power lines. It could be anything. They could be or is life threatening. And you don't know how deep that water is either. So don't even think about trying to walk or drive through a flooded road. You'll be risking your life and the lives of those around you trying to do that. And and as I said, we can replace a vehicle and all kinds of property, but we can never ever replace a life. Now, having said that, I want to talk about the possible threat of severe weather for tomorrow. That's not today. That's for tomorrow. The last thing I saw, and I haven't had a chance to really discuss it. I've been busy, and I was going to do one yesterday, but didn't have a chance, honestly. But anyway, the last thing I saw, which was 6 hours ago, and it's probably changed, I'm sure. I'd have no doubt about it. That probably has changed, but the last thing I heard concerning any risk for strong to possibly or marginally severe storms, and I say marginally because, uh, like I said, I saw something 6 hours ago. Saw a post that was 6 hours ago, rather, that um, had something about um, from the Shoals to Coleman and other locations being at a marginal risk for the possibility of strong to possibly severe storms. And when I saw that, it of course got my attention. It still has my attention, of course. And the people at WFF 48, they've been discussing it, and people at WHNT News 19 have even had a discussion about it. I'm not sure about White 31 or WZX News 54 and Hunt. I'm not sure if they've had any discussions about it or not. They probably have, and I'm just not aware of it. But uh, some of, well, some have already mentioned about the threats, but I'm gonna hold off on that for now, because I don't want to. I mean, if 19 or them said that it's still too early to tell, I'm gonna go by what they say. Same thing if James Spann mentions something about it. I'd rather hold off on mentioning the threats because I don't want it to hit the point of scaring anybody. To which when I like I talked about when I do these live videos, I do not do them to scare anybody. I do not do them to scare anybody. I do it to make sure you're being prepared and all that. It's not a major severe weather situation. It's a marginal risk, but it really doesn't matter. You have to pay attention. You have to be aware of it. Um, it's that simple. Um, if you have any questions while I'm doing this video, or if you look at it later and when I share the link, and you have any questions, feel free to ask me, and I'll be glad to answer your question about it. For example, if you were to ask me if I'm talking about Coleman County and places like that, the answer is yes. If I'm talking about the shoals, yes. That's exactly where I'm talking about. So just keep that in mind right now, please. In a few in a few minutes, I'm going to end this video. But I'm not going to be able to do it very long, like I've been doing the last 2 or 3 days, since I'll be going to church very shortly. Excuse me. And while I'm discussing that, let me say this. And I was going to do it yesterday and didn't quite have a chance. Um, if you're if you don't have a church home, if you don't have a church to go to, we'd love to have you at Layton Baptist Church. It's on 2630 College Street in Layton, not far from the post office and not far from the city hall, police department, utility, storm shelter. It's not very far from that. Um, if you're coming there from Russellville, all you'd have to do is either go down 43 and get on 72 to get there, or stay on County Line Road from Russellville to here. Whatever's convenient, whatever's convenient, or if you're coming from 2nd Street in Sheffield, Muscle Shoals, Tuscumbia, whatever, just you can stay on 2nd Street, get on County Line Road, or get on 6th Street and then on the County Line Road, or Old 20 to County Line Road, or alternate 7220 to get there. It's very simple. And uh, we'll be having practice in a few minutes at 8:15. The praise band choir practice at 8:15. That'll be in a few minutes. And Sunday school, Sunday school at 9 o'clock, and then the actual service will be at 10 o'clock, and this will be the last Sunday, of course, of 2018. This will be the last time we have one service. As far as I know, that's going to be the case. We won't. I don't think we'll be having. I'm pretty sure we won't be having any services tonight, since it's still in December. But I could be wrong. I'm probably not wrong. If that's the case, we'll start back our Sunday night services starting in January. And that'll be next Sunday. So I'm just giving you a heads up on that. And that also means that during that time, if I do any live videos, I'll be going from doing one live video per day to doing two of them again, like I've been doing. before December. The reason I've only been doing one per day or so throughout December is try to give everybody a break. Letting them spend time with their family and all that. Unless there was bad weather coming up. Now, if there were bad weather coming up, that would have been a whole different story. Like what could be the case tomorrow. If there's any timing of it, I've heard different things about the timing, but I'm not going to go into that yet. And since there is some possible severe weather coming up, I will do it. Even though I would normally do one video per day on throughout the month of December. The only time I'll do two of them during December is if there was severe weather coming up or the possibility of it. And guess what? There's the possibility of it tomorrow. So I'm going to do another one today, later on today after this. And we'll have a discussion about it. Or I can answer your questions about it. But I'm going to haul it off on mentioning the threats. Don't want to scare anybody, which I'm not doing this live video to scare anybody, I promise. I'm going to try to make sure you're prepared, but I'm going to go ahead and end this video right now. I'll do another one later. I hope to see you. We'll help see you at Layton Baptist Church today. And have a wonderful day and be safe out there.